Well, hello and welcome to our online mentorship session today. I'm so excited that we are here. Um, Pretty much also excited that many of us had already connected from the hour of 7. And I believe that it's going to be an amazing time today. I'm particularly excited because of what we will discuss about today is something relative, something that is common knowledge, but very essential to our growth and essential to our success. And I believe that it's a good thing to desire success. Personally, I believe that everybody wants to succeed in what they do. I believe that everybody wants to have good results in all their endeavors through life. And I want you to know that success is greatly predictable. All right, when you walk with laid up principles and rules that are appropriately engaged, you can and will be successful. Whether as a career person, as a celebrity, a sports enthusiast, and an entertainer, someone in the corporate world, a business or entrepreneur, whatever it is that you do, a leader, a minister of the gospel, a clergy, whatever it is you do, I believe that it is possible for us to be successful. And that's why it's usually said be successful, not do successful, because success is really about who you are. And there are fundamentals that must not be neglected for any man who wants to live in the realm of success. That being said, I can't wait for us to get into our discussion this evening. So what are you waiting for? Please join me, hit the like button and begin to share this video right now. If I were you, I would not just share it with everybody I have on my social space. I would also call my friends, send them text message. Some of them you have to send them messages by WhatsApp and let them know that we are live right now and trying to squeeze in on the little time that we have. So please go ahead, like, share, and engage with me at the live chat session. Now, if you're watching by YouTube and this is your first time watching, I'd like you to hit the subscribe button first before you even like it, subscribe, because there are many other contents that will really impact and transform your life and really will be a blessing to you. So please subscribe by the YouTube channel. If you're watching by Facebook, you are welcome to be part of our social community on Facebook. So do well to just follow the page and be a part of that community and keep abreast with all the buzz that is going on over there. I'd like you to do this real quick because we are starting in 60 seconds. So like, share, subscribe if you're watching by YouTube, follow if you're watching by Facebook. All right, YouTube, yeah, we have a number of people already on. David said he's always live transforming. Habila says a beautiful evening to everyone, especially those in West Africa. Thank you, Philemon. Can we check Facebook and see? Yes, we have a number of people. Joy Joseph, as always. And Mrs. Christiana is here. I saw John Brown. Yes, John Brown says excited to be here again. And good evening to you as well. So let's keep liking and sharing, keep sharing, so that we have many more people aware that we are live right now. While you do that, we'll say a word of prayer and then begin with the discussion today. So, dear Lord, we pray for an impartation of wisdom, understanding, and grace upon every viewer right now, even as we discuss and connect with fundamentals, essentials that are needed for us to succeed and to go forward in life. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay. So the topic for discussion is staying fit. Nature's secret to success. Now, I know that some of us, especially those of us who are health personnel or health enthusiasts, already have an idea of what we may be discussing. And I just want you to know that your idea is correct. We want to talk about your health. I believe that our health plays a major role not only in our existence in life, but even in our success in every field that we find ourselves in. You know, it is often said that health is wealth, and I found that statement to be really true. The reason is because a man can give up anything for his life. Anything, absolutely anything. And it's interesting for us to know that everything you get in this life is gotten by the sacrificial efforts, constraining efforts that your body is plummeted into. Everything you get it at the expense of your body. And it's important for us to know that. That means your body is a very important and vital aspect of your existence. As a matter of fact, Dr. Miles Monroe once said that your body is your most important asset on the earth. The reason is because the reason why you are on earth is because you have a physical body. The reason why you are in this terrestrial habitat, this terrestrial part of the universe, is because you have a body. And so it is important for you to ensure that you learn the principles that controls living in divine health. Whatever will keep your body healthy, it's important that you learn them and work with them, because to a large extent, your longevity will be determined by the state of your health. And I believe that everybody wants to live long. Everybody wants to spend more time on the earth, because when we have more time, we have enough opportunity to fulfill our dreams, pursue our ambitions, fulfill destiny and purpose, and really, really become an agent of change in society and create impact in our world today. I believe that, and that's really what I desire for every one of us. And that being said, we want to talk about how to stay fit, physically fit. We may also touch the aspect of being mentally fit. But by and large, we'll just talk about, physical fitness, which is very, very important. We've had a lot of discussions over the last few months. We talked about leadership, we talked about relationships, and so many things. But I also believe that there is the relationship that a man can have with his physical body. Your health is very, very important. And it's not so much as talked about in many cycles. In some corporate space, once in a while they organize seminars for their workers to talk about the health. But I believe that physical fitness and health is a very vital aspect of our. In fact, it's primarily the reason why we succeed, and it should be taken serious by everybody, regardless of your religion, regardless of your race, regardless of your nationality, regardless of your geographical jurisdiction, where you domicile. Very, very important. So let's talk about it. Staying fit, nature's secret to success. Any man that can stay healthy has already discovered and appropriated the natural secret to success. Because for as long as you are alive, there is hope for you to do better what you are doing. There is hope for improvement. There is hope to try out new fields and do better and achieve more. Your dream can stay alive when you remain alive and healthy. All right? Even in the Holy Bible, in one of the books in the New Testament, 3 John, and it's something that we need to talk about. Now, when you talk about health and physical fitness, especially in Africa, in the Western world and in developed nations, many governments have been able to work around their healthcare structure. But in Africa, some of these things are still not yet as efficient as they should be. And in fact, if you go down to the grassroots, to average households, you discover that many families have little or no knowledge about their health and about staying fit. In fact, many families in Africa see going to the hospital as a luxury. However, I believe that, especially in the government of Nigeria, I believe that they are working on a lot lately to ensure that accessibility to health, proficiency is improved in such a way that even the average citizen can afford it. And so that's the reason why I believe that a sensitization, awareness campaign and orientation about health needs to be done to many individuals in society, beginning from families. A lot of people need to be given proper orientation about their health, how to take their health serious, how to take care of their body, and all of these things, and to know that staying healthy is not expensive at all, as many people seem. There are 3 things I want you to take note of if you want to live a healthy life. So many components will come together for you to live healthy, to stay healthy and free of diseases. But there are 3 things that you would need to know. I consider them the basics of healthy living. If you want to stay immune to diseases, if you want to stay free of diseases, or if you want to reduce the rate of illness in your life or the life of people around you, I want you to never trivialize these 3 things. Remember that when you are healthy, a lot of things can be in motion. But once your health crashes, everything comes to a standstill. And so I want you to take note of these 3 things. Number 1, rest. 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 Rest is very, very important for good health. I want you to know that up until today, I have made a decision as an individual and as a leader not to play with my rest. Some of you do the 9 to 5 routine. You go to work Mondays to Fridays, 8 to 5, 9 to 5. Some of us stay in cities where the traffic is really tight. And so you find that you still have to spend 1 or 2 hours on your way back, going to work and coming back. So when you add that, you may be spending up to 10 or 11 hours of your day, 10 to 12 hours or more, depending on the location where you are. And with all the activities of the day, the bustling of traffic, and so many things that you have to engage in, both mentally and physically, you find that you most often will come back from work stressed or drained. For some of us who are students, it's even more, because you are working almost round the clock. Your mind is trying to juggle a lot of things to assimilate, to read, to understand, and all of that. And I'm afraid that the way society is going and the way our world is today, people are becoming very busy that they barely have time to rest. And now, technology is at our fingertips through the use of mobile devices like phones. And as good as this is, and the great advantages that has come to human existence because of the mobility of technology, it's also sad to say that technology has also contributed to our being constantly engaged, and by extension stressed or overstrained. And so many people no longer take their rest seriously. And I want you to know this: for your and for your physical fitness, rest is very, very important. Rest is not just sleep. Sleep can be part of rest. All right? Rest goes even beyond sleep. Rest grows into recreational activities. There are times when to rest, you need to learn to distract your mind from the rigid system of work, continuous work, again and again. You see, I believe in mentors. I believe in coaches, life coaches, mentors, experts, and all of that. And some of us follow people who believe that being a workaholic contributes greatly to success. Of course, hard work pays. But I think that there is a place of balancing how much time we give to working and how much time we give to resting. And based on my practical experience, I've been the workaholic type many times before. I still work hard up until now, but I've had in my life where the too much of work affected my health, because I felt strained, I felt stressed, and I've had to come down with 1 or 2 ailments, as it were. So as I reviewed those moments in my life and sought for medical advice and counsel, I realized that rest and recreation goes a long way to reduce how much time our bodies succumb to ailments. Rest, very, very important. And so, in my opinion, take this from me, but as a leader, in my opinion, rest as much as you work, and work enough to justify your rest. I mean, that's the reason why we have day and night, we have morning and evening. All right? Jesus, one of the greatest leaders in history, said that there are 12 hours in the day, and it is within this time that men can walk. He says, but when the night comes, everybody should go to rest. I will walk the walk of him who sends me while it is day, for the night comes when no man will walk again. So there are seasons of our day when work should be over and then you go to rest. Just like there are seasons of our lives when the evening comes, the night comes, when we can no longer walk as energetic as before, and then begin to go to rest, handing over major responsibilities to other people, or building a system that works itself while we can retire and recreate. In fact, that's the reason why in most corporate circles there's a retirement age. Many nations, I think it differs. Some do 60, some do 65, some do 70. But the reason why there is that retirement age is so that you don't work all through. There is time for you to rest, and you need to create time. That's another problem a lot of people have. I had that problem before. I never knew that if you don't create time to rest, you may never really rest. So you need to create ample time to rest. You need to do that. You need to do that because rest is important. I mean, those of us who are people of faith, God rested on the seventh day, and he blessed that day and called it a holy day or a holiday. So rest is important. Rest is important. People in the Western world take time to rest. In fact, they go on vacations. And I want to encourage everybody watching me right now, if you can afford it, make sure you plan a vacation at least once every year. There's nothing wrong with that. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. You can still be successful even when you go on vacations. There are people who believe, maybe because of the influence of mentors or leaders, and no offense to what they teach. Of course, I respect everybody's opinion and principles by which they walk through life. But I strongly advise that you create time to rest, not just sleep, rest, time to recreate. Okay? Maybe some good games around, activities that help you to just recline. Some people love to watch movies, some people love to watch soccer matches, basketball games, and all of that. Anything that makes you just recline and anything that relaxes your mind. Some love to listen to music and just learn to relax. Some, if you can't afford it, why not go to a spa? All right. It also helps you to relax if you have such facilities within your city. They are very important. You see, the reason why you work, every money, every dime you work for, a good measure of it should be spent on your health first. Your health first. Very, very, very important. So rest, number one, it's important. Number two, exercise. Exercise. If you want to stay healthy and physically fit, you must exercise regularly. Exercise regularly. Exercise regularly. You see, there are different toxins that stay in our body. These are substances that are accumulated maybe due to stress or maybe due to diet and all of that. And the only way to burn them out, I mean, some people will refer to calories. The only way to burn out these things so that they don't become harmful to your body is by regular exercise. Many of us are exposed to gymnasiums. Please visit the gym if it is possible. Get sport tracks. Get sport outfit. Visit the gymnasium if you can afford it. And if you can afford it, why not create time every month? Go pay for a program, maybe 5 to 10 months, and do it. If you don't want to go to the gym, there are simple workout exercises you can do at home. I mean, you can browse on the internet or consult a fitness coach to help you with that. There are also simple gym equipments you can get and keep in your home that can help you to exercise, to flex your joints, move your body, burn out the calories, take out the toxins, so that you can stay healthy. Listen, I've realized that exercise affects not only your body but even your mind. It keeps you alert. Very, very important. Sometimes in the week that I just go for long walks. Some other people jog. Whatever it is you can do, simple workouts are very, very, very important. As a matter of fact, many people fall sick today because they hardly exercise. So everything is just stuffed in their body. A lot of calories, a lot of sugar in their body. You exercise. Make sure you exercise regularly. In fact, one of the ways to staying fit, even in old age, is by continuous exercise. I saw John Brown on Facebook. I saw he wrote a comment. He says, creating awareness about their regular dietary intake in order to sustain vital growth by maintaining body mass index. Oh, those are great points. John, please let me know what these points refer to, but these are wonderful health tips, I believe. So exercise is very, very, very important. I mean, even in the Bible, it says that bodily exercise profited little. You need that little. Very, very important. What of those that exercise at home? Yes, there are simple workout exercises you can do at home, and I will encourage you to be consistent. Push-ups, sit-ups, some very simple but exercises that will help flex your muscles and release your joints and help you to stay as fit as possible, so that when you are working, you are fit and alert. Okay? Even athletes exercise. Even entertainers exercise. And so I believe that exercise is regular and it's good enough for everybody. Somebody said, create time to rest. Very true. So that you will not rest in peace. Create time to rest. Abila says, so I'm not sure I've consciously exercised in a couple of years. However, I engage in physically demanding work or activities. I suppose that is okay to serve as my exercise. No, sir. That is not completely okay. Exercise. You see, if you meet a fitness coach or a fitness trainer, they will tell you the exercises that you engage in. They'll tell you what part of your body it works on. There are several muscles in your body, joints in your body that are affected by these exercises. And that's why they are to be done moderately. Unlike other strenuous activities like maybe lifting a crane or lifting heavy stuff, that may look like an exercise, but in itself, let's think about somebody who works in a construction site and who has to carry heavy bags of cement. That looks like an exercise, but in reality, when you look at the strain of lifting those heavy bags of cement or concrete, you realize that it affects negatively some parts of their bodies. Say, for instance, their waist and all of that. So that's the reason why he said no. That's the reason why it's important for you to exercise regularly. Build healthy muscles and strong bones. And finally, diet. So I call them RED, RED. Rest, exercise, and diet. This is perhaps the most important, or should be the top priority. Diet. Your food. what you eat. What you eat. It's often said that you are what you eat, and that's the truth. Now, those of us who are people of faith, in Proverbs 23 verse 7, the Bible says, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. And it's often said that you are what you eat. So there are two things that defines you, two things that make you who you are. What the thoughts of your mind and your diet. What you think and what you eat. These two things are at the root of your existence. You are what you eat. Very, very, very important. If your diet is poor, no matter how much you rest and no matter how much you exercise, it may amount to little or no good. Diet, very, very, very important. Diet. It is important that we are deliberate about what we eat. It is important that we study and understand the 6 classes of food and the advantage that they bring to the body, as well as a healthy combination of the 6 classes of food in our daily diet. It's a required amount of protein that your body needs. There are required kinds of fats, but your body doesn't need all kinds of fat. I never knew this until I consulted with my doctor. There is every class of food, there's a required proportion of it that your body needs, and it has to be regulated. It has to be regulated. Of course, in Africa and even in some developed countries, sometimes you find so much carbohydrate in our daily intake. And some people, maybe because of poor diet or a not so good habit, you find them taking so much of carbohydrates, and before long they begin to develop ailments like pile. The sugar level in their body is high, and that could be painful sometimes. And when someone begins to develop ailments all of a sudden in Africa, they'll tell you that they are under attack, demonic attack. Sometimes the attack is just improper diet. Yes, what you would have spent prayers trying to solve, you can simply just cut down your carbohydrate intake and begin to eat more of protein and vegetables and vitamins and all of that, fruits. I want to plead with all of us, regardless of how much your income is, I want you to prioritize your eating. I beg you in the name of God. Of course, there are times when you can stay away from food. Fasting is healthy, but everything must be done appropriately for them to be healthy. I want to beg you, for the sake of your health, your future, and your success, I want you to be intentional about your diet. Please don't eat like like a refugee. No. You work so hard to earn that money. Spend it on yourself first. Jesus said that we should love our neighbor as we love ourselves. Don't kill yourself to please your neighbor. No. Love your neighbor the same love with which you love yourself. Please. Go to a nutritionist. Talk to your doctor. Or talk to a health expert. Let them give you advice on how to ration your diet on a daily basis. It's not really expensive to eat balanced diet. It's not really expensive. No, there are many alternatives to a class of food. I want us to know that. A lot of people don't agree with this, but it's the truth. It's not really expensive to eat balanced diet. There are a lot of alternatives. For instance, if you want to eat proteins, there are some that may be expensive. There are some that are cheap that you can get. There are some wonderful plants that grow around us on a daily basis that are highly nutritious. There are some fruits. Oh, fruits are so wonderful. Fruits and vegetables. They contain a lot of antioxidants. And these things help to detoxify your system, purify your system. In fact, it can help you get rid of stress and all the toxins that comes with it. Fruits and vegetables, very important. Please eat well. All right? Avoid too much of canned foods and soda and all of that. I don't have anything against them, but avoid too much of that. In fact, I don't think I've had a soda drink since 2015. I don't think I've drank a carbonated drink or a soda since 2015. I am that deliberate. All right. Most of what I drink are natural, fresh juice, or mixed fruit juice, and all of that. Because you are what you eat. You need to stay healthy for everything around you to work. You need to stay extra. There are times in your career when you may be under a lot of pressure to deliver. What will help your body not to break is the fact that you have pampered it before that time with sufficient balanced diet. And some of us are really blessed. Some of us, God has helped us. We earn good money. All right. Some of us earn in 5 figures, in 6 figures, in 7 figures. Take care of your health. Eat well. It's very important. There are times when you can just go on fruits and water. Very important. I mean, I've been drinking water even on this talk. And trust me, when we are done, I'm going to drink more. Very, very, very important. Abila says, thank God I joined this session tonight. It's a deliverance for me. Thank you so much, sir. It's a timely one for me. It's true. I've seen many people just die all of a sudden. Young people. And their death looks unexplainable. Most times it's because of poor dieting. Do you know that even sicknesses like high blood pressure, hypertension, can be due to wrong or poor diet? I mean, my doctor has told me this. Some of these high blood pressure, hypertension, they can be corrected with just diet, eating the right thing. Some of us have access to some of these natural spices, natural seasonings, natural powders like nutmeg, turmeric, and all of these things are very, very important. Ginger and the rest, very good for your body. Very, very healthy. You know, when the children of Israel were in Egypt, when they left Egypt, they complained that they wanted to return back to Egypt because they had access there. They had access to cucumber, to garlics, to onions, to leeks, and the rest. So they were highly vegetative in Egypt. And I believe that that was what kept them healthy and strong, even in the wilderness. And the Bible says after 40 years, they were still strong. Very important. You look at Bible days, you see people live old. But today, the mortality rate has really dropped. I mean, in Africa, you have mortality rates. You'll be shocked to hear that for males, can be around 55 years. When you are now consolidating on all your success, you know, some of the world's billionaires, some of them are way older than 60. If you die at 55, how much have you achieved? So we need to eat healthy. We need to eat healthy. Somebody says that the proper healthy diet is expensive. My dear, in all honesty, I disagree with you. I used to think it is. That's what ignorance tells you. But I would advise that you speak to a doctor or speak to a nutritionist. There are many alternatives, many cheap alternatives to some of these things. There are some that are expensive, there are some that are really cheap. Doesn't need to cost you so much, believe me. And some of you live around places where you can make a small garden around your house. You can plant 1 or 2 things: fresh pepper, vegetables, and all of these things that can help you. I remember years ago, when my mom was alive, almost everywhere we moved into, she always had a garden. In fact, even the last house we stayed in, she had one by the side. You'll go there and see pepper, tomatoes, vegetable, sometimes maize, and also most of the things we ate were fresh. In fact, we didn't even eat much of semovita then. She used to grind, farm the corn, plant the corn. When they harvest it, they will grind it, mix it with what do you call this thing in Hausa? They call alebo. What's that thing? Yes, it's a kind of flour. It has starch or something. When you mix it with corn, doesn't allow it to break, because if you turn just corn flour, it will break. Yes. I mean, she thought some of those times I used to be the one to go grind those things. We ate healthy. Very, very important. If you are a wife or you are a husband, please plan the diet of your family. Very important. Eat healthy. All right? God has given us these things freely to enjoy. That's why God is blessing you. You don't need to spend your whole salary to eat healthy. All right? And thank God, this cassava powder. Thank you, Mrs. Christiana. Cassava powder. That's what we call alebo. In fact, I think I need to go back to that diet again and just keep all of this semovita and all of these things aside. Go as natural as possible. All right, so we can live long. That's the reason why our parents of those days, they lived long. Many of them 60, 70, 80, 90. My grandmother is still alive. Paternal grandmother and maternal grandmother, they are still alive. My paternal grandmother is 90 something years, close to 100, still alive. I met her this year in January. Had a good time. I was shocked. She was drinking Coke. They said she loved Coke. She only liked that if you don't give her Coke. And she was healthy. No sugar issue. All right? John Brown says fruit and vegetables improve your heart to pump blood very well from the aorta to the artery. So the aorta is one of the openings of the heart through which blood flows out to go through the arteries. The arteries or arterial supply is the network that allows for blood to flow from your heart to the organs of your body. Thank you, John, for that wonderful research. And John also advises avoiding junk food. Very important, junk food. Some of us love meat pie, fish roll. I don't even know why people like those things. Well, I do them maybe once in a blue moon, but what else again? Shawarma. We like it. Shawarma. Some people, you can literally propose to them with shawarma and they will accept. Ministry of Coke. Oh, God will deliver us from Coke. Huh? It says, let food be your medicine and your medicine will be your food. Very, very, very wonderful. Thank you so much, John. Thank you so much for that. Let me see if there are any comments again. And somebody say, now we be that. Now we be that. What? Okay, Ministry of Coke. Ministry of Coke. The Lord help you. Ministry of Coke. I mean, I've not drank any of this carbonated drink for 2015 till now. Is how many years? 10 years. Water. I'm okay with that. I mean, I said this table is shaking. No, the table has been broken already since. Someone said I can relate to shawarma. There's another kind of swallow made with sweet potatoes. That's true. Is it grinded? And get grinded. Yeah, I heard of that recently. I think I need to add that too. Maybe I need to just do some change. Maybe I'll call somebody to get me corn and cassava powder from Askira, grind it, and just go natural for a while with some good vegetable soup. Do you know even all of these dadawa locust beans? There's this black soup. What do they call that soup? What do you call that? That kuka. Yes, kuka. Very highly nutritious. Even though I don't like kuka, but highly nutritious. If you like kuka, why not? Eat it. But I don't like kuka because it's black. You know. And moringa. Moringa. Very, very good. Very good. Moringa, very good plant, great medicine. In fact, you can literally grind moringa, the leaves, into powder and put it in anything. Put it in pap, put it in, great food. Get things like honey. All right, make them your sugar. Some of us, you want to drink tea. Oh God. Even the angel around you will run away when they see the sugar you want to put. John Brown says, I only produce my own, which is blending fruits. Okay, John Brown, do you prepare natural fresh juice? Let us know. I see my brother commented kuka. My brother didn't like kuka soup at all. I remember one time he flushed the soup. He turned it into the toilet and flushed it. Moringa, very wonderful. Kuka contains calcium content, and calcium is needed for your bones. Very, very important for your bones. Okay, Hira says, recently we have increased cases of fatty liver, and it's largely attributed to processed drinks, alcohol, and junk foods, especially pastries. Your liver is suffering when you like processed drinks, Coke and all. Alcohol, junk foods, especially pastries like meat pie. What else again? Shawarma, samosa, mosasa. Let's stay healthy and be successful. 30 minutes, Dibal says 30 minutes of physical activity 3 times a week is recommended. Absolutely true. 30 minutes, you don't even need much time. Physical activity. I have a friend, anytime I, stay in his house, he has a treadmill and he has some gym equipment. And I help myself with that. It helps me. All right. Get some nice gym shoes. Take a walk in the evenings. Very important. Or jog 1-2 kilometers. It will help you. Some of you, your job makes you sit down all day, especially those of you who are into tech and IT. You sit down all day. Take time to walk around, to stretch, okay? And I advise that you don't sit down all day on one chair. All right. Take a little time to walk around. Exercise is important. Locust beans can be a wonderful addition to your diet as they are rich in probiotics, which can really support your overall well-being. That's coming from Rejoice, and that's remarkable. That is great. Probiotics help you with a healthy gut. Your gut is like your digestive system, okay? From your stomach down to your intestines. There are what they call good bacteria. They are needed in your intestines, in your stomach, to help with digestion. So probiotics help to create that balance and help you with good. Very, very important. Please, your health is your wealth. You are what you eat. okay? So that we can live healthy and stay focused on our career, on our businesses, and be successful. Sitting all day, that's me. Absolutely. Find some time to walk around. It's very, very important, especially those of us who are tech guys. You know, the way those our chairs are, you just sit down on system and you are going from morning till night. No. Please walk around once in a while. And also some tech guys, once they have pastries around them with Coke, soda, no, I think that can be replaced with fresh natural juice. Thank God it's now available around us. There are people who do natural juice. Get them, drink, okay? And just live healthy for the sake of your tomorrow and for the sake of people connected to you. Do you know that anytime you fall sick, many things come to a standstill? Many things can shut down. There will still be a lot of work to do, but you are already invalid. And so if you don't want many things to come to a standstill and a forced shutdown, please remain healthy. All techies are guilty of sitting in one place for hours. Yes, and drinking Coke. And eating all kinds of pastries. All right. But knowledge has come so we can change. All right. That is great. Somebody says cassava. I think a lot of you have to place an order for cassava tomorrow and grind them. Do it healthy. All right. Even those of us in other countries like the UK, I saw Miss Adibal there and all of that. It's very, very, very important you put these things to work. And there are times when your body needs to rest, because you know your digestive system, think of them like blenders, like grinders. That's why fasting is good. Intermittent fasting is good. All right. Sometimes stay 10, 12 hours without eating anything. Allow your system to rest. Some can even go 18 hours or 24 hours once in a while. All right. Especially those of us who are beginning to experience obesity in our weight. You can try it maybe one day every week. 24 hours, no food, just drink water. Just drink water, okay? And do a little exercise, all right? Of course, you may feel weak and all of that, but it will help break down. You see, when you stay without fasting, your body begins to break down all the sugar that is left in your body, and that's how you can be released. Too much of taking sugar, it also damages the kidney nephron. That's absolutely true. All right, the nephron is the functional unit of your kidney. All right, it's just like the cell, that what a cell is to the body. That's what your nephron is to your kidney. All right, please let me know in my email address. Tell me what you think about this session today, if it has really blessed you. If you like us to do more talk on health and wellness, please let me know. Maybe one of these days I may invite a health expert, a health practitioner, or a fitness trainer to come talk to us more about our health. So remember, rest, exercise, and diet. These are the basics for living and staying healthy. Rest. For many of us, this is already evening. When we shut down from this program, take time to sleep and rest. Okay, sometimes you need to keep your phone aside and be able to rest. Don't worry, the world will still be available when you get back up from that good and sound sleep. It's really important. Thank you so much. We're going to shut down right now. I want to just intimate you with some of the programs we have ahead on our other platforms. So next Friday, we will not be online because we are having a youth conference next Friday. and it's going to run from the 22nd, which is Friday, to the 24th, which is Sunday. So we're not going to have mentorship session next Friday because of this annual youth conference coming up. So those of you who live in Maiduguri, Borno State, and all the environs, you can also travel from other states in Nigeria. Feel free to be with us, and even other nations in Africa, Cameroon, Ghana, and wherever. Feel free to be with us. It's going to be next weekend, and it's going to be an amazing time for all young people. So do well to be in attendance. Tomorrow is Saturday, and we have a breakfast prayer initiative which happens once every month. It's a prayer platform for those of us who are people of faith, all professionals in various fields and people of faith. We meet to pray third Saturdays of every month, and tomorrow is the third Saturday of August. So I want you to join me tomorrow for a breakfast prayer initiative. It's going to be an amazing time, and I'd like you to make our time to be there by 8 a.m. all right. Now see you there. Of course, the conference for next week will be streamed online, so we can follow from around the world. But I'm not too sure if breakfast prayer will be streamed online tomorrow. So if you live within the city of Maiduguri and you're a professional in any field, whatever you do to earn a living, even if you are a small scale trader or businessman, please join us tomorrow. I'm not too sure we'll stream tomorrow's meeting online, so I'll see you tomorrow. It's going to be an amazing time. Somebody says the challenge we have today is that too much chemicals are being applied on farm produce. How can we balance this? So maybe we'll talk about that after next Friday. We still have a lot to talk about staying fit. But I like that question, Philemon. Yes, a lot of chemicals in fertilizers are being added, and now we have a lot of improved seedlings, GMOs, and all of that. So how do you stay away from this, and how do you identify this? We'll talk about that when next we have online mentorship session. And I believe that should be the 30th of August, 30th, 29th of August. That should be 29th. That's going to be the next time for online mentorship session. Thank you so much for your time. Do have yourselves a wonderful evening and a wonderful weekend ahead. God bless you from wherever you're watching, from the UK, the United States, South America, Europe, in Nigeria and other parts of the world. It's bye for now. Thank you.